Shalom, everybody. What up? What up? I'm back to the next episode of Reading with SHILO. What's the business? What's going down with you, man? It's cold. It's early, but I want to finish. Man, I want to finish rolling through the sea of pages. That's what I want to do. I want to finish rolling through the sea of pages. I'm trying to get it out the way. I see the finish line. It's right there. It's right there. It's waving at me. I can see it. I can see it off in the distance, and it ain't that distance. It ain't that distance. Let's get it to the finish, man. We can make something happen. We can make some shit happen. Flashlight. Look under them tables. Take by that loose leg. Oh shit. Well, man, we out here. What up? Happy Sabbath. I know what's saying. I feel like reading. Let's read. Come on. I'm up. I'm fresh. So what? But it just happens that we ain't gonna do much. You ain't gonna do much, man. We ain't gonna do much because it's a Sabbath. But we're gonna try to finish, man. I want to get into it quickly. Part 15. Part 15 of the Sea of Pages laid to us by Mr. Khaled Izaac, the book of Patrice O'Neal, based on the philosophy of Black Phillips. Ah, man. And we are, rounding the end of the book. We are rounding the end of the book. Part 15, where we're going to pick up at and with is young guys with older women. Young guys with older women. Man, I don't know how many pages we got left, but I want to finish. So I'm probably not even going to look at the time tonight or this episode. Man, so you come on in, like, comment, subscribe, man. Tell your people, shout out here reading shit, man. And today we reading the book of Patrice O'Neal, if you want to know. Catch all the other episodes, all the other parts, 1 through 15 from the jump. We ran through it pretty fast. I rolled to that island. Now I kept a steady pace, steady win the race. So I kept a steady pace, and we kept going. But like I said, it's gonna be a light workout, a light one today, since it's a Sabbath. Before we get into reading and get to finishing the book of Patrice O'Neal, we're gonna do a light one, something light. All right. 25 things. Do 25 things. Give me something, man. Clap your hands 25 times. And do something, man. Do something. Just a little something. Not much. Just a little bit. Kick your leg up. 1, 2, you do that. 25. You do a little something. Not much. A little something. Today, because of the Sabbath. And the other deal. All right, we're going to do it. Like 25 things. Let's get it out the way. We're going to work our body, work our mind, and then work our body to get to end it off, man. So, all right. Let's read this deal 25 times. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I should have stretched out 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 things. 25 things. 25 things. All right. 25 light things. We out the way. It's out the way. Now let's get this out the way. Let's work our mind. That's what we're here for. The main thing. Reading with SHILO, man. That's what we're here for. Read. The book of Patrice O'Neal. The Sea of Pages. This Sea of Pages we're about to roll through. What a deal? What's the deal? Shalom, everybody. What's up? Sebastian, what's up? What up with it? Part 15. Young guys with older men. Let's see what he got to say. Man, it's about 5 o'clock and 4 something in the morning. I don't know. 4:30. It's 4:30 in the morning while I'm at. I'm out here. You out here. We out here together. About to read some shit. All right, let's see. Part 15, the book of Patrice O'Neal, based on the philosophy of Black Phillip, laid to us by Khaled Izaac. Younger guys with older women. As long as you're not trying to wife her up, an older woman can teach you a few things. You'll come out the other side ready to tear up some younger pussy. Show you right. Oh, man. Patrice O'Neal. When a younger dude hooks up with an older woman, it's not just about looks. It's about experience. She's lived through the games, the bullshit, and the heartbreak. And now she knows exactly what she wants. Older women don't have time for the excuses, and they're not trying to play mind games. You're there because she chose you. But best believe you're getting something out of it too. Knowledge. She'll teach you more about women than any younger girl could. An older woman isn't wasting time on emotional chess. She's done with that. Younger girls will have you jumping through hoops, but an older woman, she's different. She doesn't need you to impress her with fancy lines or bullshit romance. She's choosing you for the energy and excitement, and she's not shy about showing you the ropes. And Patrice would say it's like getting a fast pass to understanding women. No games, just raw honesty. Hey, when I was young, I ain't know the women got a tight schedule. When I was young, I don't know about that. The beauty of being with an older woman, you're not committing to anything. She's not trying to lock you down with marriage or babies. She's had that phase, and now she's just looking for fun. She's looking for good sex, excitement, and someone who can keep up with her. You're not there to provide security. You're there for the ride. So, younger guys, if you get the chance to be with an older woman, don't hesitate. It's a rare opportunity to grow, to learn, and to experience something that'll give you an edge in every relationship you have after that. You'll walk away from those relationships with a better understanding of women, a better understanding of yourself, and a confidence that will stick with you long after it's over. Just remember, it's all about confidence, communication, and fun. So enjoy the ride and let her teach you the things you don't even know you need to learn yet. What do women want from men? What does a woman want? Exactly whatever it is that the man just happens to be out of. Patrice O'Neal. When we ask, what do women want from men? The answer isn't simple. It's everything and nothing. The reality is that women often desire the very things that are conflicting in nature. They want a man who's strong, but also tender. Tenderoni. Someone who can lead, but isn't controlling. This is the impossible contradiction men are forced to navigate. And society, through movies, books, and pop culture, tells us that all the relationships need is love. But in truth, love isn't enough, especially when women are looking for a man who seems to be an endless well of conflicting qualities. Love might be the narrative sold to everyone, but when women actually want what women actually want, has much more to do with power and security. According to a study done by the Department of Psychology at the University of Texas, Austin, men's and women's ideas of the perfect mate differ significantly. Men typically favor younger and physically attractive partners. Now, on the other hand, women seek older mates with financial stability, higher status, and ambition. Hmm. 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 Yeah, no, he doesn't. Society paints this as normal, but the truth behind it often reveals the transactional nature of relationships. Love is what you're told is the foundation, but behind the scenes, a woman's checklist goes far beyond emotional connection. A man, in order to find a partner, not just to get laid, needs to have a laundry list of qualities: physical attractiveness, game, sexual appeal, masculine, it's not masculinity, muscularity. There we go. Muscularity, a promising career, a place to live, and financial stability, and the ambition to always be improving. Nigga can never take a break. I just want to go fishing. You don't have no ambition to do nothing else besides fish. You don't want to be better than fishing. We can just buy it from the store. I don't want that shit. I'm going fishing. Meanwhile, a woman merely needs to be halfway decent looking to get her foot in the door. Men have to be all things. But when they turn around and ask, what do I get in return? The answer is often just sex. Where's my gift? Man, I don't want that wobbly leg table. Oh, shit. Patrice always made it clear that this dynamic is lopsided. Men are the ones constantly jumping through hoops, but the return on investment is often lacking. The harsh reality is that once you're no longer providing the financial stability or status she's craving, the sex and compassion tend to disappear. A man's worth is contingent on his utility, and when that fades, so does the woman's interest. Women may say that they want love, but what they truly want is resources, status, and power disguised as romance. It's for this reason that women, in many cases, don't have much to offer beyond their physical presence. Patrice understands this game and said it plainly. Women, despite their lofty expectations, often bring very little to the table once you strip away the sexual component. So, men must ask themselves, if all you're getting is sex, is that worth everything you are expected to provide in return? Different pussy makes men feel different ways. Oh, yes. So I make you feel excited. Oh, I want to do everything. I'm gonna conquer the world. Other shit feel like I won't do nothing. I just want to lay here. Don't go nowhere. Different pussy makes men feel different ways. I can fly. Look, I built this rocket yesterday. I was thinking about you and I built a rocket. Oh, shit. I thought you might need a house and I built this. I didn't know how to read, but I found some books and it showed me how to build the house, and this is what I did. Oh, shit. I built the inner dog. Tape floated all the while. Oh, shit. All right, pussy ball. Oh, man. Pussy make it do some strange things. Niggas be hiding in the closets. Some pussy. Different pussy makes men feel different ways. Men want to fuck a lot of women, and every woman wants. Patrice O'Neal. As men, we exist in a constant struggle between our cognitive and instinctual sides. On the cognitive level, we understand concepts like love, responsibility, and remote emotional connection. But instinctively, our biology still craves variety and the primal urge to experience different women. Like Baskin Robbins. I had that butter pecan yesterday. You know, I don't really like strawberry, but you know, I think I want to try it. Man, it's not just about sex. It's about validation and approval. For men, sex is an act that often brings instant gratification, a sense of power, and even a sense of love temporarily. Men crave different women for this reason, and no woman can fully understand that, no woman can fully understand that drive because women aren't wired the same. Women, on the other hand, don't naturally crave different men the way men crave different women. Their desire is centered around love, connection, and stability that one man can provide. Even though some women might try to embrace this free spirit mentality. Oh, so that's what that means? That's what when I see that shit, I'm free spirited. That's what that means. I want to try different meats. I want to be like a man and have different options. Their desire is centered around love, connection, and stability that one man can provide, even though some women might try to embrace this free spirit mentality. Hopping from man to man, it never truly satisfies them. But why? Because deep down, promiscuity is against their natural tendency. When women imitate male sexual behavior, chasing a bunch of different guys, they end up more emotionally damaged than fulfilled. Patrice called it out. Women don't get happier by adding notches to their belt. In fact, they become miserable because of it. Guys who have multiple partners often feel empowered, even happier, because biologically, we are wired to spread our seed. But women, every time they give a part of themselves to a new guy, they lose something. Unlike men, women don't improve with each new sexual experience. They collect emotional baggage, trauma, and scars. Over time, this accumulation. Shit. My bad, I'm sorry. I just thought about how all them bags at the airport being lost and found. This accumulation. Look at a bag from Idaho. Been lost there since 1910. Oh man. I just envision bags, all of just a warehouse of lost bags. Accumulation. Man, they collect emotional baggage. That Gucci bag. But it's Gucci. Emotional baggage, trauma, and scars. And over time, this accumulation of of emotional damage turns them into someone far removed from the soft, nurturing beings they were designed to be. Each man she slept with has left the mark. And the man who comes after pays for the emotional damage caused by all the ones before. Man, it makes me think about a couple things about how they say it's not your woman, it's just your turn. That's that notch. Also, I was watching this thing with my boys, and they had it was like this older woman. It was almost like a Laura Croft type thing, and this little girl was trying to find her way through all these little Tomb Raider type shits, and the girl kept dying, but she would come back. And the older woman was trying to tell her, look, man, you gotta pace yourself. Don't just because you keep coming back, I think it was like oh, that's what it was on Prime. That shit called the secret level. And it was one of the episodes, and I think they were doing Temple Run. And the little girl kept dying, and every time she was on like the 82nd. And she finally was like, damn, I can't win. And she looked at the wall, and she took a light, because the woman kept telling her, you just got to keep trying. And she looked at the wall, and she only saw like a couple of notches. And then she looked up, and there was notches everywhere. The lady it was littered with notches. That's how women want notches. Man, I wouldn't want to be somewhere right there. Over time, this accumulation of emotional damage turns them into someone far removed from the soft, nurturing beings they were designed to be. And each man she slept with has left a mark. And the man who comes after pays for the emotional damage caused by all the others before her. Excuse me. Women are naturally emotional beings, and their connection to a man through sex is deep and spiritual. And whether they admit it or not, when they fight against this natural inclination and try to act like men in their sexual arena, they lose their essence. Their femininity becomes jaded. Their warmth fades. And they end up with emotional disorders, mood swings, and deep-seated resentment. In the end, when they finally want to settle down, they're already emotionally spent. And they've been through so much that the very thing they desire, a meaningful relationship, is out of reach. Their spirit becomes a hollow shell, trying to mimic the masculine while holding on to the worst traits of the feminine. And that's what we see when we look at damaged women or radical feminists today. People who have lost their spiritual beauty, their grace, and their very essence that once made them captivating. They are failed women in a sense, no longer embodying the traits that make true femininity irresistible: warmth, grace, and modesty. Multiple women are what men want. Multiple women are what men want. Men have a propensity to fuck strange pussy. It's not personal. It's just what we are. Patrice O'Neal. Patrice was never shy about expressing what he believed to be the truth about men and their instincts. He often challenged societal norms around monogamy and fidelity, arguing that cheating is such a negative word that it vilifies men. It's not that we're cheaters, it's just our nature. For men, sex and emotion are separate. Men are visual and logical by nature, and sex is a physical release with no attachment. A man can sleep with multiple women and still love his partner because to him, the act is just about variety and fulfilling a biological drive. This is why many men look to other women even when they're in a relationship. It's instinctual. The drive for sexual variety is as natural to men as a woman's cycle is to her. The Coolidge effect is a biological phenomenon, is evidence of why men cheat. It shows that men are driven to seek out new sexual partners, not because they don't love their woman, but because their animal instinct pushes them to. Fidelity then is men fighting against their true nature. And instead of shaming men for their desire, women should try to understand it and work forward towards a fair common ground, whether that means threesomes, open relationships, or even polygamy. In a memorable conversation, Dre, a guest on Patricia's show, shared how his perspective on relationships changed after he got his share of pussy. Dre explained that after sleeping with a lot of women in his youth, he now felt he couldn't commit to one woman without longing for the player lifestyle. And Patrice affirmed Dre's experience, noting that you've had enough pussy to point where you've had enough pussy to the point where you say, there's got to be more than pussy. Some guys haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, there's got to be more to it, man. Pussy good, but I need more. About the other shit. I want somebody who know how to can food. So we can make it in the apocalypse. I need somebody who can sew. You don't need no sewing machine. You know how to turn. When I got sheep, you know how to turn that wool into thread and make us some clothes. I need somebody who know how to do that. Not just want to do that. You got sheep? Oh, I always wanted a man with sheep so I can make wool. Excited. Man, Patrice O'Neal. Man. Dre's the idea underlines one of O'Neal's core beliefs. Men who haven't experienced enough sexual variety struggle more with monogamy. This underlines one of O'Neal's core beliefs. Men who haven't experienced enough sexual variety struggle more with monogamy. They haven't situated that instinctual need. I'm mispronouncing that. SATIATED. How the fuck you pronounce that shit? SATIATED.
Satiate.
I'm tripping. Satiate. What I said, saturated? Tripping. Satiated. They haven't satiated that instinctual need. And until they do, they're more likely to feel the pull toward other women. Men are built for variety, O'Neal often highlighted that a man's drive to sleep with different women is not personal, it's biological. And men don't cheat because they don't love their partner. They cheat because their instinct drives them to seek new experiences. We don't need to know you, Patrice explained, using the example of the glory hole to emphasize how men can be detached from the woman they sleep with. For many men, it's just about the act, not the connection. This differs drastically from women, who often equate sex with emotion. Women's instinct is to be with one man a lot when they love him, whereas men's instinct is to be with a lot of women once. A woman's fidelity comes from love and emotional connection, but a man's love is shown through his protection and provision, not sexual exclusivity. Monogamy is a social construct. Patrice believed that monogamy and fidelity are natural constructs imposed by religion and social pressures. If those constraints were removed, every man would cheat because men are inherently polygamous. Biologically, sex is designed for procreation, and men are equipped with the drive to spread their genes far and wide. Mr. Johnny Appleseed. This is why men want a harem of women or fantasize about threesomes and lesbian encounters. And variety is built into their DNA. I don't know. The Bible says you can't have no threesome. On the other hand, women are more emotional creatures, which is why they get attached after sex. For men, sex is purely physical. A man shows love through action, by providing, protecting, and caring for his woman, not by being sexually exclusive. Patrice believed that have multiple women. Men's desire for multiple women is not about being unfaithful or not loving their partner. It's an expression of their biological drive for variety. We're not mindless drones, but we do have the propensity to fuck strange pussy. And understanding this can help both men and women navigate relationships more honestly, with mutual understanding and compromise. A man can love different women at the same time. Men can love multiple women in different ways, and one woman for her mind, another for her body, and another for how she makes him feel. Build a woman. Build a women. Women. Build a women. Build them up. And another for how she makes him feel. It doesn't take away from any of them. Patrice O'Neal. Patrice often spoke about the complexity of male love and how it differs from women's more exclusive attachment. He used a simple analogy to explain this. Ask any man which parent he loves more, and he'll say he loves them both, just in different ways. This same principle applies to how men can love different women simultaneously. Each relationship offering something unique that contributes to his overall experience of love. For men, love is not a finite resource. A man can genuinely care for and even love multiple women because his emotions aren't tied to exclusivity. There we go. Exclusivity. His emotions aren't tied to exclusivity the way they are for many women. Each woman brings something different to the table, and many can appreciate the love these varying qualities. One might fulfill his need for intellectual stimulation. Wow, another might offer. Hey, hold on, I thought I heard something. Hold on. Yeah, my bad. I had to go check on my boys right quick, man. There was a bump in the night. And I got to make sure everything's right. Yeah, I had to go run see what it be. Make sure ain't nobody linking for me. Anyway. Yeah, my bad. Excuse me, my bad. My bad. Let me find out where I left off. And my boy's all the way in the front. I'm all the way in the back. Gotta make sure. I think that's it. Different loves for different women. Patrice explained that men's capacity to love multiple women simultaneously is rooted in the fact that each woman offers something distinct. A man can love one woman for her mind, another for her body, and another for how she makes him feel, O'Neal often said. This ability to love in compartments allows men to maintain emotional connections with more than one woman, without devaluing the love they feel for any individual woman. This contrasts with how most women approach love, which is often all-encompassing and exclusive. Women tend to focus their emotions on one partner at a time, seeking a deeper emotional bond that's hard to spread across multiple relationships. But for men, love is about appreciating different aspects of different women, without having to choose one over the other. Men's love is multifaceted. Patrice emphasized that men's love isn't limited or constrained by societal expectations of monogamy. Men can love different women in different ways, and it doesn't take away from what they feel for each of them. While society may push the idea that true love is singular and focused, O'Neal saw through this, noting that a man's emotional capacity is broader than that. His love for one woman doesn't diminish his love for another, it's simply expressed differently. And this concept is difficult for many women to understand, as their emotional investment in relationships is often tied to exclusivity. But men can separate their emotions, loving each woman for who she is, without it being a competition or a zero-sum game. Patrice's insight into male love challenges traditional ideas of exclusivity and monogamy, reminding us that men can love different women in different ways and amounts, without one love taking away from the other. This ability to compartmentalize love is part of what makes male emotions so complex and often misunderstood. Yeah, I was about to get them two mixed up. Random hookups are unfulfilling to women. Girls don't go, I need more dick. I want all kinds of dick. They pretend they do by calling it nymphomania. I think more girls today say that shit. More girls today. Girls want to fuck one guy a lot. They don't want to fuck a lot of guys at once. Patrice O'Neal. Most women don't genuinely desire a variety of partners in their lives unless they're in professions where sex is transactional, like porn stars or prostitutes. If a woman claims she enjoys random hookups, she's lying to herself. And each time a woman is used for sex by a man who doesn't care about her, she loses a piece of herself. Women, unlike men, are built to thrive in situations where they're emotionally detached from the act of sex. And a woman is emotionally fragile, much like a child. Just as trauma can leave deep scars on a child, every heartbreak leaves a woman more damaged. You just like Tony. Oh, you just like Tony. You did me like the last one. I heard it all before. Oh, man. What you talking to people for? Seen everything, huh? Oh, man. Heard it all before. Man. While men often gain experience and resilience from heartbreak, women accumulate emotional trauma. Women are meant to love, not to engage in emotionless sexual conquests. They try to emulate men in this way, thinking they can separate sex from love, but they have to practice it. It's not their natural state. Men, on the other hand, can detach from random sexual encounters without a second thought. They can sleep with someone and return to the woman they truly love without emotional turmoil. This fundamental difference between men and women is why random hookups leave women more unfulfilled. Men are valued for their experience, women for their lack of it. They appreciate the subscription. Thank you. Tell you people I'm out here reading shit. Men are valued for their experience, women for their lack of it. Women want a man who's been through some shit, but no man wants a woman who's been through too many dicks. It's a double standard, but that's how it is. Patrice O'Neal. When it comes to sexual dynamics, men and women are not valued equally for their experiences. Men are forged through their struggles and trials, growing stronger with each challenge. And women, however, are perceived through innocence and grace. The more a woman is passed from man to man, the more her inherent value diminishes in the eyes of men. Knowing a woman has been with many men creates a visceral sense of disgust. It's not merely societal conditioning, it's instinctual. Men value purity in women, while women value experience in men. Men respect accomplishment, and sleeping with multiple women is seen as a sign of compatibility and prestige. It's not easy. It requires skill, persistence, and effort. And in contrast, women don't need to work hard to find sexual partners. This is why a high body count in women is seen as clear carelessness, a sign that she's devalued herself. Women naturally have access to sex. Any woman can walk into a bar and have a man within minutes. It's no achievement, but for a man, it's different. Getting sex requires effort, charisma, and the ability to provide value. This is why men and women lie about their sexual histories. Men want to appear more accomplished, and women instinctively know that a high body count devalues them in the eyes of men. They understand on some level that men are attracted to innocence and purity, and they know that being passed around too much ruins that image. This isn't about shaming women. It's about understanding the fundamental difference between how men and women approach life, relationships, and sex. Women don't get better with more partners. They accumulate emotional baggage, scars from failed relationships, and a loss of trust in men. Their femininity, which is rooted in nurturing and love, gets eroded by each encounter. And men, on the other hand, get stronger with experience. They grow, they adapt, and they learn from each relationship, each heartbreak, each triumph. Feminists often reject this idea, labeling it as patriarchal or misogynistic, but it's deeply ingrained in human nature. Even women understand this on some level, which is why they hide their past or downplay the number of partners they've had. A man who's been through the ringer, who's overcome obstacles, becomes more attractive. He's proven his worth. A woman who's been through too much, however, is often seen as damaged because the chaos in her head, steaming from her past, will manifest in her life, and you'll constantly be putting out fires you didn't cause. It's not a double standard. It's just a different set of rules for men and women. Patrice understood this deeply and often spoke about it. He said, a woman becomes emotionally invested in the men she sleeps with. Men, on the other hand, can fuck a woman, shake her hand, and say, good day, ma'am. Good day, ma'am. I was about to say, good damn day. Good day, ma'am. And keep it moving. It also made me think about them damn videos I would see of people doing reactions on people, and the women exes died, and the women was distraught, talking about, I gotta go. Oh, my ex. Shit, man. Hey, yeah, they be holding on, man. They be holding on. That might have been the one she would have dropped everything for. Patrice understood this deeply and often spoke about it. He said, a woman becomes emotionally invested in a man she sleeps with. Men, on the other hand, can fuck a woman, shake her hand, say good day, ma'am, and keep it moving. Women don't improve with more sexual experience, they deteriorate. They lose their spiritual beauty that comes from being unspoiled, from being cherished by one man who they love and respect. As their body count rises, they lose their warmth, their coyness, that gentle spirit that makes them truly feminine. It's not just that men value women for their lack of experience, it's that women themselves are damaged by it. And each failed relationship, each meaningless hookup takes a piece of their soul. They become jaded, bitter, unable to trust. They lose that purity of heart that men find so captivating. And as they age, this damage becomes more apparent. The widening innocence, man, the wide-eyed innocence, excuse me, I'm tripping. Hitting troubled waters. The wide-eyed innocence they had at 20 is replaced by cynicism and distrust at 28. Women who indulge in promiscuity, believing they are just like men, are copying male behavior, but they don't realize that it has a different effect on them. They think they can sleep around without consequences, but they pay for it emotionally. They become less capable of genuine love and trust. And in contrast, men gain experience and insight from their sexual encounters, and women lose something with each one. Ultimately, it's about value. Men and women value different things in each other, and these things are shaped by our biology, not our social constructs. Men grow stronger through experience. Women are weakened by it. This is why, no matter how progressive the world becomes, these fundamental truths will never change. And it's why men are valued for their experience while women are cherished for their lack of it. Women fall in love with what they hear. Did you hear what he said? He loved me. Say it again. Tell me I'm beautiful. So how does this make me look? Oh, you look good. Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth. Shame the devil. Women don't fall in love with your looks. They fall in love with the shit you say. Yeah, it was good, baby. Oh, when I was in Texas, they love that shit. Crazy. That shit crazy. Oh, man. Honesty, the best game. Women don't fall in love with your looks. They fall in love with what you see. And how you say the shit. You can sell them a dream with the right words. Patrice O'Neal. Women have always been captivated by words. They aren't moved by what they say or what they see in the way men are, but rather by what they hear and how it makes them feel. Ooh, girl. That nigga talk to me so smooth. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. The gift of gab, if you got it. I think even with the gift of gab, I think it's differences to that. You know, some people can talk good. There's a difference with talking good and within your communication and your talking good. You just, you can just naturally make people laugh, naturally funny. But then you got people who got the gift of gab and can talk an Eskimo in the buying snow. Man. I'm not, man, there's a different levels to it. Levels to that shit. Women have always been captivated by words. They aren't moved by what they see, the way men are, but rather by what they hear and how it makes them feel. It's not about how long you talk to them, but what you say and how you say it. Words are powerful. They paint pictures, spark emotions, and tell stories that come to life in a woman's mind. Well, if you can Steven Spielberg abroad, you in there. That's why books like 50 Shades of Grey sold so fast. It wasn't the visuals, it was the story, the emotions, and the fantasy behind the words. As a man, you don't need to whisper sweet nothings. You need to speak sweet somethings. The way you deliver those words matters. That's why I always say it's about the tone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Look, right down. The right tone, a confident smirk, the perfect pause. All of these do more than half of the work in creating attraction. Women prioritize good experiences. Yes, the vibe. Good emotions and happiness over cold, hard truth. This is why pretty lies are often more attractive to them than the truth. Men lie to get what they want, whether it's love or just sex. We sell a dream because we know it. We know that, in that moment, it's what she wants to hear. If you can tap into a woman's emotions with your words, you can get her to invest in you, to open up, to feel connected. The more you make her feel good, the more she will trust you. And once you've got her emotions on your side, the path to everything else becomes smoother. Most men don't have the confidence or the skill to deliver words that resonate with women. They fumble, they overthink, and they're too afraid to approach a woman and hold court. And hold court with her. What men forget is that women are emotional creatures. They're fragile, easily offended, and focused on their happiness above all else. So, if you know happiness matters more than truth, you'll play the game accordingly. Ask the right questions, evoke her dreams, listen actively, and tell stories that make her feel good. This one time, Oh yeah, I used to buy roses for this one girl, but she never liked that. Ah, pop my knee line. That's what I get for lying. Oh Lord, pop my knee. I wouldn't buy no girl no roses. I think I might have bought one girl. Maybe I might have bought roses maybe once or twice in my life. Once or twice. I'll pull some roses out somebody's yard before I buy some roses. Look, I made you a bouquet. I ain't buying shit. I ain't buying that. You got flowers everywhere. Same flowers in somebody's yard. Flowers right there. My mama got them in the front. Ask the right questions. Evoke her dreams. Listen actively and tell stories that make her feel good. It's not about manipulation. It's about understanding the game and playing it well. A skilled player, maybe that's why they call them players. A skilled player knows how to create an irresistible narrative. They understand how to spin stories that captivate a woman's attention and stir her emotions. And once you get a woman emotionally involved, she feels connected and drawn to you. That's when you've got her. It's not about just looking good and having money. It's about how you make her feel with your words. I think back in the day they called that a wordsmith. A wordsmith. Are you a wordsmith? That's why being a player is an art form. Knowing how to keep a woman emotionally invested and creating a dream she wants to buy into. Women will pay top dollar for the dream, but only if you sell it with confidence. Women are naturally drawn to strength, which is why you can never show weakness, even in the most intimate moments. A woman will always test you. She wants to know if you can stand by your word, if you're strong enough to keep her safe and secure, emotionally and mentally. And if you waver, if you falter, that's when things start going south. Never show weakness, not even in pillow talk. You have to maintain that aura of confidence and control because that's what keeps a woman hooked. Like they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But the truth is, there's nothing to hate. Understand the game, accept it, and play it better than anyone else. Why women are attracted to guys who are assholes. Women don't want a nice guy. They want a guy who doesn't give a fuck because that's where they feel the excitement. Nice is boring. You got to have some edge to you. Patrice O'Neal. Women love the thrill. They say they want a nice guy, the one who treats them like a queen. But deep down, they crave the guy who isn't always available, who doesn't bend over backward to please them. The reality is, women are often attracted to guys who don't give a damn because it keeps them on their toes. It's not about being a jerk for the sake of it. It's about creating mystery, excitement, and showing them that you're not just another guy trying to please them. Here's the thing. When a guy is too nice, too predictable, he becomes boring. Women love a challenge, and assholes give them that challenge. These guys don't offer the same security or validation that a nice guy does. And that's exactly what makes them so appealing. They're hard to pin down, which keeps women guessing. And that's unpredictability creates an emotional roller coaster. Women love that shit because it taps into their emotions. It's like a drug, up and down, highs and lows, and they get hooked on it. Crack addicts, emotional crack addicts. You got that emotional smack. That's that emotional crack pack. You got that good stuff? Emotional crack pack. Patrice would say that women don't want to feel comfortable all the time. They want to feel something intense. And the asshole knows how to give them the intensity. He doesn't kiss her ass. He doesn't apologize for being himself. He's confident, cocky, and unapologetic. And that's what draws women in. Assholes live by their own rules, and women are instinctively drawn to that power. The key to understanding why women are attracted to assholes lies in the dynamic of power. An asshole has control over his own emotions and isn't swayed by what she thinks or feels. Women respect that. It's not necessarily about being a jerk, but about being firm in who you are. The nice guy is constantly seeking approval, constantly worried about how she feels. The asshole, he's more concerned with how he feels, and that puts him in the driver's seat. Women want to be led even if they won't admit it. They want a man who knows where he's going and doesn't ask for directions. Now, it's important to note that not all assholes are the same. There's differences between being a straight-up douchebag who mistreats women and being a guy who knows how to set boundaries and live by his own rules. The latter is the kind of asshole women fall for. He's not abusive, but he's not afraid to be selfish. He values himself first, and that's what makes him attractive. Women feel like they have to work to win him over, and that chase, that's what keeps them interested. In a world full of men bending over backward to please women, the asshole stands out because he's not trying to win her approval. He's already approves himself. Women respect a man who doesn't need them for validation. They fall for the guy who treats them like an option because it messes with their head and keeps them wanting more. That's the game. The asshole plays it perfectly. So the next time you're wondering why women keep going back to the guy who treats them like shit, remember, it's not about the way he treats them. It's about how he makes them feel. He makes them feel alive, makes them question themselves. And that uncertainty creates a kind of emotional intensity that nice guys just can't offer. I guess I've been a nice guy too many times. I'm too dependable and predictable in ways. Not every way. I'm a predictable asshole. A dependable, predictable asshole. Because I've heard them all. You're an asshole. But then like, you're predictable because they know I'm going to do the same shit. They know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to see. You know, so that's predictable. You know, and dependable. In a tough, you know, in a tough shit. If they was hungry, they know they're going to be fed. Oh, I'm going to fish or hunt. I'm going to get something. I'm going to make something. Make something out of nothing. What up? I'm out here. Don't eat that. Eat these berries. Don't eat that shit on the ground. Eat the shit in the tree, the good shit. You want to start a fire? Oh, Lord. Boy, you going to die. Shit. That's what they want. But they don't want what come with it. The asshole. Hurry up. Oh, shit. He's not abusive, but he's not afraid to be selfish. He values himself first, and that's what makes him attractive. Women feel like they have to work to win him over in that chase. That's what makes them interested. In a world full of men bending over backward to please women, the asshole stands out because he's not trying to win her approval. He already approves of himself. Women respect a man who doesn't need them to feel validated. They fall for the guy who treats them like the option because it messes with their head and keeps them wanting more. That's the game. And the asshole plays it perfectly. So the next time you're wondering why women keep going back to the guy who treats them like shit, remember, it's not about the way he treats them. It's about how he makes them feel. And he makes them feel alive, makes them question themselves. And that uncertainty creates a kind of emotional intensity that nice guys just can't offer. In the end, it's about balance. You don't have to be a full-blown asshole, but you do need to have a backbone. You need to be confident enough to walk away if she's not giving you what you need. Women don't want a pushover. They want a man who can stand his ground. And sometimes that means being a bit of an asshole. Women are sex objects, and men are success objects. When a man has a new girlfriend, everyone asks, what does she look like? If a woman has a new boyfriend, everyone asks, what does he do? And that was Patrice O'Neal. I would agree, that's true. What does he do? He got a good job. Women are sex objects and men are success objects. To tell a man he's useless or incapable is to destroy his sense of self-worth. To tell a woman she's unattractive is to undermine her value in the ways that feels deeply personal. Both sexes play different but equally significant roles in how they perceive and project their self-worth. Women, whether they're openly admitted or not, express their value primarily through their sexual appeal. And O'Neal observed that for many women, their primary means of attracting attention is through physical appearance. They know that looking good is a surefire way to gain validation. And as Patrice would point out, the only way they knew how to get a man is that look good. This is why women given absolute liberty often dress to reveal more skin, because it feeds into the validation loop they seek. Social media has further exposed this dynamic, and platforms like Instagram and TikTok are filled with women displaying themselves in sexually suggestive ways, seeking attention through half-naked selfies and suggestive dances. Patrice noted that many women today rely on this kind of superficial validation because it fulfills a deep need for ego gratification. They want to feel desired, important, and relevant, and their beauty is the currency they trade in. At the same time, women complain about being objectified while actively participating in their own objectification. And O'Neal called out the contradiction, highlighting how women sexualize their bodies for likes and retweets, but then blame men for viewing them as objects. A woman's self-esteem is rooted in her beauty, he said, and women's sense of self-worth is intrinsically tied to how attractive they feel. That's why they be putting on that mask. They be hitting them with that Medea. Women's sense of self-worth is intrinsically tied to how attractive they feel, which is why even the slightest hit to their appearance can crumble their self-esteem. Oh, not my face! On the other side of the spectrum, men are valued based on their success. Men don't have the luxury of shaking their ass on camera for attention or financial gain. As Patrice would put it, if you're successful, you're dehumanized, and most people don't give a shit about you. For men, being useful and productive is paramount to gaining respect and validation. Failure for a man is skin to death. Failure for a man is akin to death, and emotionally, spiritually, and reproductively. A man's self-esteem comes not from compliments about his looks, but from his ability to achieve, provide, and be competent. Men don't have an endless supply of thirsty admirers in their DMs boosting their self-esteem. Instead, Their value is determined by their accomplishments and utility. A man can be unattractive, but if he's successful, he will still command respect and admiration. Tell a man he's ugly, and as long as he's useful, he won't care too much. O'Neill would say, because his confidence stems from his achievements, not his appearance. The greatest question to women. Ooh-wee. I'm trying to finish it out, man. We got about 30 more pages. 30 more pages. Not front and back, 30 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 more pages. I'm trying to finish it. The greatest question to women. Ladies, if you don't have a vagina, what would you offer? Patrice O'Neill. Patrice was notorious for asking women one of the most revealing questions of all time. If you didn't have a vagina, how would you keep your man? It's a question that cuts through the noise and forces women to think beyond their sexuality. Yet, when Patrice asked this, the responses were often superficial. Women would talk about using their sexual acts like oral or anal, as if the only way they could retain a man's attention was through their bodies. Women classify themselves as just a bunch of hoes, yet expect a man to treat them special, O'Neill noted. This reveals a deeper truth about the way many women view their value in relationships. And most women, either whether consciously or not, understand that much of their power in a relationship comes from their sexual appeal. It's the card they rely on. It's the card they rely on. Even though they don't want to admit it, they objectify themselves before anyone else does, and believing that their body is their most valuable asset. And society reinforces this idea with social media and continually placing beauty and sexual appeal at the center of a woman's worth. You know, sex pays, sex sells. The trap of surface level value. When asked what they bring to a relationship, many women give shallow emotional responses. I love you. I'll love you. I'll make you happy are common answers, vague ideas that don't carry much weight. And as O'Neill would often point out, men don't necessarily need these things from women because they can find love, support, and happiness through other means. You don't need her love if you've already happy, he'd say. Women often try to overinflate their importance in a man's life, but they don't realize how transparent it is. They think their role is bigger than it actually is, and assuming their mere presence combined with sex is enough. But a smart man knows that unless a woman brings real value beyond her body, she's offering nothing that a successful man can't find elsewhere. This is why O'Neill stressed the importance of knowing what truly matters in the relationship. Real value beyond physicality. Patrice wasn't saying that women don't have value. Far from it. But the women who truly understand what they bring to the relationship know it's more than just sex. They offer something more profound and practical, like supporting a man's mission in life and managing a household, or even raising children. These are tangible contributions that go far beyond physical attraction. And managing a household for a successful man is like being senior management in a mid-sized corporation, O'Neill would say. These women know that being aligned with a man's purpose and helping him achieve his goals is what brings value, real value. What kind of partnership? That kind of partnership is irreplaceable. It's not about being special for the sake of it. It's about contributing to a man's life in a way that complements his mission. The fantasy of modern women. The fantasy of the modern women. Unfortunately, as Patrice noted, 99% of the time, you won't get those logical answers from modern women. Instead, they often believe that their presence and beauty should automatically entitle them to a man's resources and attention. They act as though men should already have kingdoms to offer, while they bring little more than their bodies to the table. O'Neal saw right through this delusion. Women act like you're a piece of shit if you don't already have a kingdom, but they're sitting there with nothing but a vagina. Many women won't admit it, but they depend on this shallow form of validation. They think that being attractive and sexually available is enough, but they never ask themselves why they lose men's attention once the initial thrill fades. O'Neal's wisdom shows that relying solely on physicality to maintain a relationship is a losing game. Because once beauty fades or a man gets used to it, the woman is left with nothing. Patrice's wisdom in relationships was based on mutual value. He believed that men and women each have their roles, but unless a woman understands their value beyond sex, she's only fooling herself. If you didn't have a vagina, what would you offer? It's more than just a clever question. It's a challenging, one. It's challenging for women to look deeper and find their real worth in relationships. What is it? What is your real worth? Do you have those other things? Are you a woman that I could say? Now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't asking these questions when I was younger. These was not the questions I was asking at all, but should have been asking myself as I'm looking. Is this a woman that I want to raise my child or my children? Do I think she's good enough for that? Is she going to raise them in the way I want them to be raised? Or is she going to raise them in the way that she wants to raise them? There's little things like that. Little things like that that have to be asked now that I didn't even think about before. Nowhere near my mind. No need to cheat. Bring your girl into your desires. Bring your girl into your world of wanting to fuck other women. Patrice O'Neal. Patrice had an unconventional but honest approach when it came to navigating the tricky territory of infidelity in relationships. His philosophy: bring your girl into your world of wanting to fuck other women. This doesn't mean deception or sneaking around. He believed in transparency. He often said that if you want to stay faithful but still have desires for other women, the best way to manage those instincts is by being upfront with your partner about your needs and introducing her to your desires. You have to introduce what you are, and that's the animal that you are. And from there, you can have an honest dialogue. Women, when they love you enough, are often willing to listen and even consider your sexual fantasies, even if it includes a threesome. The key is dialogue. Instead of hiding your nature, Patrice urges men to teach their women about their desires. He believed that if a woman understands that guys want to fuck other women, she might not be as upset by the desire itself. The goal is to shift her focus away from the feeling of betrayal and more the conversation and move the conversation towards an understanding of your natural instincts. Open communication is key. Patrice believed that men should be open about their sexual needs, especially if it involves fantasies like threesomes or other sexual activities. He always stressed that the importance of honesty in relationships, instead of pretending to be something you're not, faithful by default. You should teach her that it is what it is, and let her understand that your sexual drive is not a reflection of your love for her, but rather a biological impulse. For example, bisexual women who are also attracted to other women understand this struggle. They too feel the frustration of seducing another woman because, as Patrice noted, women are assholes. They are different to deal with, and even for other women, which is why men find it so frustrating to navigate the complexities of female attention. But it's crucial to communicate and let the partner understand that this desire doesn't negate the value of your relationship. The threesome guide, how to introduce another woman. Threesomes is too much work. I don't mind the idea of polygyny, I should say polygyny. But I'm not having no threesome. It's too much work. Been there, done that. Too much work. I want to focus. Threesome guide. How to introduce another woman. Patrice often gave advice on how to properly set up and manage threesomes in a relationship. He explained that if your woman is willing to explore your fantasies, you need to follow certain rules to ensure it works without damaging the relationship. Lesson 29. In the threesome, let the ladies run the show. Okay. Follow. In the conversation, Mark shared his experience of setting up a threesome with his wife, where he felt frustrated because the wife and other woman left him out. Patrice reassured him that this was normal. The threesome rule is that the girls run it. In this situation, the women take the lead. And as a man, your role is to be patient and let things unfold. The rules of threesomes, according to Patrice. Let's see if they were followed. Let your girl set it up. She's the key to making the other woman feel comfortable. Don't be anxious or excited. If you seem too eager, they might leave you out. Focus on each other. Focusing on each other. Let go of your ego. Understand that this isn't about you controlling the situation. It's about your girl enjoying herself, and eventually you'll be part of the action. Fuck that. Eventually. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck that. Fuck her eventually. Don't sleep with the other woman after the threesome. Keep the intimacy and trust with your partner intact by not crossing boundaries. Avoid kissing and being too intimate with the other girl. Keep your connection with your partner at the forefront to maintain balance in a relationship. I didn't follow something. Patrice emphasized that a threesome is not about you trying to have sex with two women at once. Yes, it is. That's what I always thought it was about. Threesome, foursome. That's what I always thought it was about. Plain and simple. I wasn't thinking it was this. It's about following the experience to flow naturally. Didn't know that. Being patient. Didn't know that. And not letting your ego take over. Remember, the threesome is a shared fantasy with your partner. No. At that time, it wasn't. In my mind, at that time, I wanted to be like in Coming to America. How the woman came out the water. The raw penis is clean, Your Highness. You know, 3 of them like that. But that's not what I got. You know, was nothing like that. Disappointed. Like I was when I went to a strip club. Went to a strip club, I thought everything was going to be like Tip Drill. I need a tip drill. I thought it was going to be like BET Uncut. I was wrong. I got kicked out of the strip club, like one of my first strip clubs I ever went to. I got kicked out of that thing because I'm like, man, this girl can't dance. He kicked me out. She got mad. I told her she couldn't dance. Man, I paid money to see this. Oh, yeah, that girl can't dance. They get him out. Get him out of here. Man, tell the truth. You ain't getting my money. Oh, shit. They kicked me out. Where the dancers? Where the tip drillers? I ain't been at a strip club in damn fucking shit 20-something years. And don't even have no want to go. Oh, man. It's nothing like a tip drill. And maybe I just never went to the right one, but man, hey, I didn't need it. I'm cheap. I keep my money in my pocket. I ain't never spunk. I don't, not me. Put it in my pocket. I'm not paying for you to dance. I can see you dance right there. Keep my money where it's at. I don't need you to dance on me. I don't need that. Keep your loose leg table over there. I got roaches. You got roaches in them stilettos. You ever seen roaches in stilettos? Remember, the threesome is a shared fantasy with your partner. And by following Patrice's rules, you can explore these fantasies without feeling the need to stray outside the relationship. And instead, it becomes a way to deepen the connection, enjoy the moment, and keep things fresh without crossing any lines. Yeah, I don't agree. Why a man should have a threesome? Men aren't meant to be monogamous. We're designed to conquer and spread our seed. Women want the prince, but men need the harem. Patrice O'Neal. This quote cuts right to the core of why men, deep down, desire experiences like threesomes. It's not about being selfish or disrespectful. It's about embracing our nature and our natural instincts as men. The ones that drive us to seek variety, adventure, and yes, multiple women. A threesome isn't just about sex. It's about fulfilling a deep-seated desire that most men have but are often too ashamed and hesitant to admit. The truth is, a threesome represents a man's conquest in the sexual arena. It's not about degrading women, but rather about fully engaging with that primal masculine energy that longs for variety. Men are wired for sexual diversity, and biologically, it makes sense. We're not supposed to be content with just one sexual partner for the rest of our lives, and that's why the idea of a threesome excites most men. The act of having a threesome also speaks to a man's status and power. When you're able to handle 2 women at the same time, it's a symbol of dominance, control, and sexual confidence. Yep, that's what I felt. I'm out you. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Oh, I'm out you. That's what I felt like. Couldn't tell me nothing. But it was stupid. It really wasn't. It wasn't what it was pumped up to be. I used to would say I would take me one decent woman. But decent, you know, decent is, man. So decent is so, what's the word I want to say? Decent seems so scarce today. Decent. To have everything, you know, it's kind of similar. It might be delusional to say to have everything wrapped up in one woman. You know, everything you want. Woman to have the sex drive you want, the affection, the nurturing, and all that other shit, and still have a low to non-existent body count, you know, and wanting you like you, the man she been waiting for all her life type shit. You ain't got to worry about her putting you in situations because of her mouth, her action. More helpful than hurtful. And helpful in real ways. Like in the old days, how, you know, that's why I said somebody who can. Like in the old days when she'd be out there, you know, in the, I don't want to say in the field, but they all had a garden, you know. You might have hunted and she worked the garden. Everybody cooked. She knew certain remedies. It's just everybody worked together. It was things, everybody did their part. It was a hierarchy, but it still was, you know, she had strengths, and her strengths were acknowledged and used, available to be used and available for the family, for the whole, the unit as a whole, part of the unit as a whole. You know, somebody who want to be part of the unit, somebody who really trying to unite like Voltron. You know, but most women today, I think, not really trying to unite like Voltron. Except they want to be separate. It shows that you're not afraid to take charge in a way that many men simply can't. You got to be the man women want to follow, not just the man women want to be with. A threesome puts you in that leadership role, not only in the bedroom, but in the dynamic of the relationship. But there's the catch. Having a threesome shouldn't be about ego or about proving something to others. It's a shared fantasy that your partner, and shared fantasy with your partner. And when done right, it's fulfilling for everyone involved. You have to understand. Come on. You have to understand how to navigate the emotional complexities of it. Yeah, nobody trained, there wasn't a book like this out there. Or at least I didn't know about it. And I wasn't reading it then. You have to understand how to navigate the emotional complexities of it. One of the biggest mistakes men make is assuming that just because they want it, it's going to be simple to make it happen. The reality is that you need to create the right environment where both women feel comfortable and excited to engage with each other and with you. You need to be attentive, emotionally intelligent, and above all, respectful. That's where the true player skill comes in. Having a threesome can also serve as a lesson in sexual generosity. It teaches you how to balance the desires of multiple people while still maintaining your own. It's a challenge that, if you master it, can actually enhance your understanding about relationships and sexuality. You learn how to be more in tune with what women want while, simultaneously ensuring your own needs are met. That balance is key to being a better lover overall. Patrice understood the value of experiences like these, and he often spoke about how a man's ultimate power lies in his ability to embrace his own sexuality without shame or guilt. The idea of having a threesome isn't just about satisfying lust, it's about claiming your own sexual sovereignty. When you decide that you're going to live life on your own terms and take what you want, you unlock a level of freedom and confidence that few men ever achieve. It's not about controlling women. It's about controlling your own desires and being a kind of man who can handle whatever life throws at him. Patrice would say, a threesome is just one manifestation of that mindset, a way of proving that to yourself that you're capable of living life to the fullest and that you can handle the complexities of having more than one woman at a time. In the end, the decision to have a threesome is a personal one, but it's one that every man should consider at some point. It's not about being selfish or reckless. It's about embracing the adventure, the challenge, and the fulfillment that comes from experiencing life in all of its sexual variety. After all, if you're not pushing your boundaries, what are you really doing with your life? The cardinal rule for not fucking up a threesome. Man, he is on threesomes right now. Man, he's on threesomes. We almost to the end, though. We are almost there. We are almost there. We almost there. We almost there. The cardinal rule for not fucking up a threesome. I'm finishing this today. I'm going to finish this today. You've got to be strategic. Don't come at it like you're trying to get something. Make it feel like you're helping her explore her bisexuality too. Patrice O'Neal. Yeah, I was not even into thinking that shit. Hell no. This is about me. This is what I want. That's what I was thinking. And that thought made it, according to him, that's why it sucked. One girl. All I really need is one girl at a time. I would have, after that, I would have been more like the next. Who next? Okay, done with you. Who next? Done with you. Who next? But instead of a threesome, a back-to-back. That's what this should be, a back-to-back. I could have did the back-to-back better than the threesome back then. But there's still no way to live. The shit that came with them things, man. As far as like the shit that could come with them things. Especially in this time, man. You're dealing with people who not clean. You're dealing with people who not right in the head. You're dealing with people who got a lot of, man, they coming with a lot of shit, man. You don't know, man. You get backdoored. You're going to get backdoored, have somebody been crept in your shit and put the pistol to your head. You're dealing with people who got husbands, women who got husbands and, might not tell you. And, like, once again, not a husband that ran up on you for some shit you didn't know nothing about. fuck around and put a baby on you. Shit, they both could have been trying to get pregnant, and they tag teaming to get pregnant by you. Let's get pregnant by this one nigga. He got money, girl. I'm gonna tell him I'm on the shot. Patrice was clear about one major rule when it came to navigating a threesome. Don't be greedy, and don't form an emotional connection with the other woman. The key to the successful threesome is maintaining focus on your relationship while your primary partner and with your primary partner, and not getting caught up in the allure of the other woman, even if she offers something different or seems to have better sex appeal. The moment you start comparing, or worse, forming a deeper emotional bond with a third party, you risk damaging your relationship. Lesson 30, the threesome slipping away. In a conversation with a caller named Earl, Patrice gave a perfect example of how a threesome can start slipping away when the initial momentum fades. Earl: I've been with my girl for a year and a half. She's great, fulfills all my fantasies, but the threesome thing is slipping away. When we first started dating, she sent me pics of her and a girl she used to do lesbian stuff with, but now that energy is gone. Patrice: Oh, the momentum of it. Yeah, that's because she was in control of it. Patrice explained that when women are in control of the situation, like initiating a threesome, they often lose focus on or slow down because they don't feel the same urgency as men. Some women, like Earl's girlfriend, are not fully invested in the idea but entertained it at first because it was exciting. Women are emotional about this stuff. Patrice would say, when the excitement fades, they start pulling back and pretending their reluctance is well thought out, when in reality, it's emotionally driven. Reintroducing the idea. The trick, according to Patrice, is to reintroduce it without being anxious or desperate. He advised Earl to gently remind his girlfriend of their shared fantasy. Just tell her, I was going to let you move at your own pace, but it seems like you lost focus on the threesome thing, and I wanted to get that going again. The goal is to reignite her interest without making it seem like you're pushing too hard or making her feel pressured. Patrice warned Earl that the emotional barriers his girlfriend is putting up are likely rooted in fear or insecurity, and especially if she feels like she's losing control of the situation. For example, many women don't like their men kissing the other woman during the threesome because kissing is intimate. It's like love to them. In the threesome, intimacy should stay between you and your primary partner, while the other woman is more of an added element. So does that apply to her as well? That would be a question I have. Strategic patience. Patience emphasized that you've got to be strategic. Like planning a battle over the hill and through the woods. I'm gonna flank them in the moonlight. If you want to keep the threesome idea alive, you need to play it cool and logical. Every time your partner says something emotional, respond calmly with something that makes sense logically. Don't make it seem like you're just trying to get what you want. Frame it as helping her explore her bisexuality or fantasies. The key is to be patient, rather, and non-threatening. Non-threatening. The key is to be patient and non-threatening, making it a shared exploration rather than a selfish pursuit. In Earl's case, The challenge was that his girlfriend didn't want the threesome with her current girlfriend anymore. Her rules are based on emotional things. And Patrice pointed out, meaning Earl had to talk around these feelings, not fight them head on. By acknowledging her emotions, but gently bringing the focus back on the shared fantasy, Earl could potentially get things back on track without pushing too hard. Patrice reminds us that threesomes, like all relationships, require balance, patience, and emotional awareness. Don't let your ego run the show. Let the woman take the lead. And if you play it right, the situation will unfold naturally. Guys out there who are pussy whipped. Guys out there who are pussy whipped. And we got about 10 pages left. We're getting there. I'm trying to row hard to the finish line. You got to understand, a woman's power is in her pussy. And once you let her control you with it, you're done. She's got you by the balls, and you ain't ever going to get them back. Patrice O'Neal. Being pussy whipped is one of the worst positions a man can find himself in, and Patrice had no problem calling it out. A guy who's pussy whipped has lost control of his life, his decisions, and most importantly, his dignity. The woman is running the show, and he's too scared to push back because he's afraid of losing access to her body. Let's be real. Once a woman knows she has you wrapped around her finger because of the power of the pussy, you've lost all leverage. Patrice would tell you straight up, women use sex as a tool, and men always allow themselves to get played because they put too much value on it. You're not constantly worried about how to keep her happy. When you're constantly worried about about how to keep her happy, how to avoid arguments, and how to tiptoe around her feelings just so she doesn't withhold sex, you're not in a relationship, you're in a hostage situation. You're sacrificing your manhood for the chance of getting laid. And that's a weak position to be in. Man, I've been in that position. Weakness was upon me. I didn't like it. It didn't feel right. There was something strange. It irked my soul. This doesn't feel right. I know I'm greater than this. Oh. Here's the truth. Women respect men who can walk away. A guy who's pussy whipped, and I wasn't pussy whipped, I was religiously whipped. I'm in this. A guy who's pussy whipped is not only letting a woman control him, but he's also giving up his power in the relationship. And women are hardwired to test you. They want to see if they can get you to bend to their will. And the moment you start giving in just to avoid conflict or because, you're worried she won't sleep with you, you fail the test. And she loses respect for you because you've shown that her body is more important to you than your self-respect. Patrice always said that women are attracted to strength, not weakness. And when you're pussy whipped, you're operating in a place of weakness. You're scared of losing her, and that fear drives everything you do. She knows it, and she'll use it to manipulate you. She'll make you jump through hoops, change your behavior, and cater to her every whim just so you can stay on her good graces. But deep down, she loses attraction to you because you're not standing up for yourself. Men who are pussy whipped put women on a pedestal, believing that sex is the ultimate prize. But Patrice would remind you that sex is just a part of the relationship. It's not the whole thing. And when you start making decisions based on whether or not you're going to get laid, you've already lost. And the power dynamic shifts. And she knows she's now in control. It's like you're playing a game you can never win because the rules keep changing based on how she feels that day. That's like one of my homeboy partners, Fred, man. He took me hunting. We went hunting with him, and he said he had a rule book. And my brother was telling me, like, you miss, this gonna happen. You owe this amount of money. If you miss a deer, if you let a deer pass in front of you and you miss, that's $200. Fred said that if I shot his deer stand, that I was gonna have to buy him a new one. Not fix the hole, but buy him a new one. He's like, this is all in the rule book. And I'm like, well, where the rule book? He was like, his wife got a copy. But the rule book changed every day. The rule book changed every day. It depends on how you feel that day. A real man sets a tone in a relationship. He doesn't beg for sex, and he doesn't allow himself to be controlled by it. He values himself first, and because of it, his woman respects him. She knows that if she tries to put some manipulative shit, pull some manipulative shit, he's going to stick around. He's not going to stick around and take it. That's where the power lies, in knowing that you can walk away at any time. If she's not giving you what you need, whether it's respect, affection, or even sex, you need to be able to look her in the eye and say, I'm not afraid to leave. Being pussy whipped is about more than just sex. It's about losing your identity in the relationship, and you start compromising on things that matter to you. Whether it's your friends, your hobbies, or your goals, all because you want to keep her happy. But the reality is, you'll never keep her happy by being the doormat. Oh, man. Women are wired to test boundaries, and when they see a guy who has no boundaries, they push further until there's nothing left. So stop giving a fuck about whether or not she's going to sleep with you. Focus on being the man you want to be. Set your boundaries and make it clear that you're not going to be controlled by her whims or her pussy. When you take control of yourself, she'll respect you more. And that respect will lead to a healthier, more balanced relationship. One where you're not constantly trying to prove yourself and earn her approval. And in the end, being pussy whipped is a choice. You choose whether or not you give up your power to let her dictate your life and to base your self-worth on her sexual approval. Don't be that guy. Be the guy who values herself enough to walk away when things aren't right. Because at the end of the day, real power in a relationship comes from self-respect and not from begging for sex. We getting there. Awareness of ignorance. Ooh, we're getting there. Get off me, sleep monster. Oh, man. Oh, man. Get up and stretch for a second right quick before I read the next section. Awareness of ignorance. Oh. Awareness of ignorance. Oh, man. Get off my back, monster. Bitch, get off. That monster on my back trying to make me go to sleep. Sleep. You've been reading too long. Awareness is ignorance, but we almost there. Push. I'm not always right, but I'm always honest. Patrice O'Neal. Patrice was never afraid to admit that he didn't have all the answers, and he knew that not every aspect of his philosophy was perfect or universally applicable. I'm not always right, but I'm always honest, he'd often say. This humility has set him apart. He didn't present himself as a guru, but rather as someone who was constantly learning, questioning, and refining his own beliefs. His shows weren't just platforms for him to preach. They were spaces for debate and exploration. O'Neal often invited guests like Dante Nero, Karen Foster, Jeff, and other women to challenge him, along with adversarial callers who pushed back against his views. He welcomed opposing perspectives because he knew that through this dialogue he could better understand his own ideas. The decisions were as much for him to interrogate his beliefs as they were for the listeners to reflect on theirs. Patrice believed that the key to growth is being aware of your ignorance and seeking your own truth. His philosophy wasn't about prescribing a rigid set of rules. It was about encouraging people to think critically, question societal norms, and develop their own understanding of relationships, power, and identity. Aphorisms. Aphorisms. Women create more problems than they solve. Women create more problems than they solve. Convenience. Domestic ability, warmth, cheerleading, sex. Inconvenience, insecurity. Histrionics, passive aggressiveness. Patrice's advice was clear. Women can bring value, but they also can come with emotional turmoil. He would remind men to weigh the convenience against the inconvenience when considering a relationship. Don't let the pussy make you blind to the chaos she might bring. True, true, true. Applying pressure. Applying pressure is the phase or phrase invented by women to make the men they don't want chase them and feed their egos. The men they want to be with don't need to apply pressure because the feeling is mutual from the start. If a man likes you, you don't have to apply pressure because the interest is natural. She's easier to talk to. She's available. Man, you don't have to jump through hoops. If she wants to apply pressure, she doesn't like you. If she wants you to apply pressure, she doesn't like you. Come on, we get to the end. Come on, we get to the end. It's roll. Women don't play games with men they really like. Ooh, I'm trying to read. Oh, man. When a woman says she wants a financially stable man, what she really means is she wants a guy who makes more money than her. Women look for security, but Patrice always highlighted that their version of stability is often rooted in financial superiority. They want a man who elevates their status and someone who is on the same level. If she makes 100,000, best believe she wants you to make 200,000. So she could make you spend 100,000 and get the other 100,000 in alimony. Women want a man who's emotionally available, but also stoically controlled. Women are always looking for a man who can balance vulnerability and strength. Patrice understood that women are drawn to this paradox. They want to feel safe, but also be kept on their shoes. She wants to know you'll cry when the dog dies, but handle business when the bills are due. Shit. Anything a woman says starts with a real man is always nonsense. A down ass bitch is a woman who sticks by you in tough times. This is the woman who you want by your side. You sure right. Nah, I don't want a bitch. I don't want a bitch. I don't want no down ass bitch. I don't want to do it. A bitch can move around. Get gone, bitch. Oh, I feel it. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I feel it, man. It's on me. It's on me. That thing on me. It don't care. I only got a couple pages left. It don't care. It don't care. I only got a couple pages left. It's on my shoulder. This is a woman you want by your side, not just when things are easy, but when life throws challenges at you. Patrice would tell men to seek out a woman who doesn't buckle under pressure and remains loyal when things get rough. A down-ass bitch ain't just there for the party. She's there for the storms. When a woman says, I need space, what she really means is she's making room for another man. Patrice's blunt perspective on relationships: when a woman starts asking for space, it's usually code for exploring other options. Women are like real estate. They're always looking for a buyer and will pay someone. How to handle a breakup. Block her everywhere. Starve her of the satisfaction of checking up on you. Don't give her closure. That's an emotional luxury you don't need to provide. Get back on your purpose. Focus on what drives you to her, or what drives you, not her. Work out moments. Work out more, not work out more. Work out more. Channel your energy into physical improvement. Process emotions logically. Don't let your feelings cloud your judgment. Patrice believed that breakups were opportunities for growth, not regression. If she's living rent-free in your head, you've not, excuse me, if she's, my eyes is getting blurry and I'm running shit together. If she's living rent-free in your head, you're not paying enough attention to your own hustle. A breakup is a strategy. It's a catalyst for self-betterment. A breakup is your cue to level up, not break down. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Get off me, sucker. Like I need, what can I eat? What can I snack on? What do I have back here? All I got is water back here. I don't feel like, get off me. Run to the front for us. Patrice believed that breakups were opportunities for growth, not regression. If she's living rent-free in your head, you're not paying enough attention to your own hustle. A breakup isn't a tragedy. It's a catalyst for self-betterment. A breakup is your cue to level up, not break down. Never leak news. Instead, mess with her sister or her best friends. That sounds weird, man. Patrice didn't advocate for bitterness, but if you're going to get even, make it count. If you're gonna get petty, at least upgrade. Confessing love too soon ruins the mystery. Patrice knew that once a woman feels that she has you wrapped around her finger, the excitement dies. A woman doesn't want to know that you're head over heels. She wants to feel like she's earned it. Keep her guessing. It keeps the relationship alive. Oh man. The last pages of the book is going to be like this. I mean, let me see it. I think so. I think so. When a girl says, I'm hot, she really means that she's young and hasn't gained weight yet. Patrice was always quick to remind men that beauty is temporary. Don't fall in love with the package because the contents change with time. Types of women to avoid. The all about me chick. Everything revolves around her. Your needs won't matter. Doesn't her ego? Your needs won't matter because her ego will always come first. Oh, shit, man! Oh man. It's trying to get me, man. I'm fighting the battle. The manipulative mindfuck. She uses emotional games and drama to keep you on edge and under her control. The I am a princess diva. She expects royal treatment without bringing anything to the table, making you constantly cater to her whims. The overly insecure chick. She questions your loyalty, needs constant reassurance, and creates unnecessary tension about imagined issues. The drama queen thrives on chaos and emotional roller coasters, dragging you into constant conflict and drama. The always victim. She never takes responsibility for anything, always playing the victim, leaving you to take the blame. The needy clinger, overly dependent and sophisticated. She smothers you and drains your freedom. Oh, I think I kind of wanted that before. I don't know that. Man, I don't know if I want that no more. The gold digger, only interested in what she can get from you, whether it's money, status, or material gain. And the jealous spy, obsessed with your every move, always suspicious, constantly checking your phone and invading your privacy. The bitter ex, still stuck in the past, comparing you to her ex and bringing unresolved baggage into your relationship. The guilt tripper, she manipulates you with guilt and emotional blackmail, making you feel bad for being yourself or making your own choices. The control freak. She wants to dominate every aspect of your life, controlling your time, decision, or even your friendships. The attention-seeking seeker constantly craves attention and validation. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come on. I hear the chickens. The attention seeker. Constantly craving attention and validation, draining your emotional energy in the process. The jealous processor. Her extreme jealousy and the jealous possessor. Her extreme jealousy and possessiveness make your life miserable as she continuously questions your loyalty. The emotionally unstable. Her unpredictable mood, swings, and outbursts creates chaos, leaving you constantly walking on eggshells. The boundary pusher. She constantly disrespects your boundaries, pushing your limits to get you what she wants, and the happiness black hole. No matter what you do, it's never enough. She never satisfied and always finds something to complain about. The emotional leech. She lacks empathy and only cares about her own feelings, leaving you emotionally drained and unfulfilled. These toxic traits will erode your peace and well-being, so recognizing and avoiding them is key to protecting your emotional health and happiness. Men aren't trash and women aren't trash. They're just low quality and birds of a feather flock together. Patrice's philosophy on relationships was that people attract what they reflect. If you keep dating trash, maybe it's time to check what dumpster you're in. You're right, Patrice. That's why I'm trying to become a better man. A better man. I really need to examine myself. Even though I've been doing so, I need to do so even more. Continual examination is what's needed. 3 realms every man must master: money, women, vices. Man. These is the man. Two of them is definitely stuff I've spoken on before. Patrice would warn, any one of these can break you if you are not in control. He believes men need to dominate their financial world, their relationships, and their temptations, because failing in any of these areas could destroy their potential. That's correct. How to identify a high value woman. Respect you and herself. She values mutual respect and doesn't try to control or change you. Has her own life, independent, with her own interests. She chooses you without needing you to complete her. Supports your vision. She's not competing with you, but backing your goal. Holds you accountable. She checks you with love when necessary, but without disrespect. No games, honest and upfront. She communicates without drama or manipulation. Emotionally mature. Handles conflict calmly, not driven by overreactions. Adds value beyond the bedroom. Brings more than just physical attraction. She adds mental and emotional value. Confident, not arrogant. She's confident, self-assured without being cocky. Loyal and trustworthy. She's got your back when the chips are down. Now you got to find that shit out only when the chips are down. A high-value woman respects and supports you without drama or games. She adds to your life in every way. When a woman says she needs to find herself, what she really means is she's seeking new emotional experiences with other men. For Patrice, this was a clear sign that women had checked out of their relationship emotionally. She's just saying she needs something you can't provide, and it's probably another dude. Don't move in together when dating. Don't move in together when dating. I believe that one for sure. Keep your own shit. I know how I say no, you can't come over here. Not to my shit. Moving in together kills the competition anxiety, but fuels the initial attraction in the relationship. The moment she stops worrying about losing you, she stops trying to keep you. Keep your space. It's better that your relationship better the relationship in the long run. Women aren't honorable, they're opportunistic. Oh, let's get it. Patrice believed that women's love was conditional, based on the value they were receiving, and a woman's loyalty lasts as long as the benefits do. If a better option presents itself, she may switch teams. Don't fool yourself. Her love is conditional unless she's your mom. Looks don't compensate for emotional baggage. A beautiful woman with baggage will always be a liability. Don't let her looks blind you from the ticking emotional time bomb she carries. Women with unresolved issues will drag you down, and no matter how attractive they are. Oh, man. Ooh-wee. It's on me. I got 2 pages left. 2 pages left. It's on me, though. Get off me, bitch. Emotional violent. Emotional vitality makes women stupid. Vitality. Volate. Volatily, man. I don't know. I can't think right now. Validity. There we go. Validity. Emotional validity makes women stupid, and female beauty makes men stupid. Emotional validity makes women stupid, and female beauty makes men stupid. Oh yeah, man, these last 3 pages is hurting me right now. But I'm gonna roll because the finish line is right there. 1, 2, and the other side 3. Oh, it's right there. Patrice knew that men often got trapped by the beautiful face, even if the woman brings chaos into their lives. Beauty fades, but stupid lasts forever. Work on yourself for your own joy, not to attract women. Patrice's advice was always to improve yourself for personal satisfaction, not for external validation. If you're building yourself just for women, you're building a shaky ground. You're building on shaky ground. Self-improvement is about becoming the best version of yourself, not impressing someone else. If your ex reaches out after she left you, it's because her replacement failed. I believe it. Don't go back. Patrice would advise men never to take back an ex who left them for someone else. If she ran once, she'll run again. Believe that shit. Believe that. Don't give her a second chance to disrespect you. Believe that. Never marry a woman whose lifestyle you don't like. Oh man, that's what I was just saying earlier. You need to. That's something I wasn't thinking about. I mean, I thought about it somewhat, but I wasn't thinking about it as hard as I should have. Patrice's wisdom here was straightforward. Don't try to change her. Just enjoy her for what she is and know when to let go. If she doesn't fit into your life, don't force it. Never argue with your parents over a girl. Oh man, I did that multiple times. Man, multiple times. Patrice will remind men that girlfriends could come and go, but family is forever. Don't sacrifice the people who will always have your back for someone who might not be there tomorrow. Yeah, I took that chance. Well, I mean, right is right. That's how I feel. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. And people need to keep their hands to themselves. As long as that happens, hey, we all right. Never say I love you first. Patrice's rule is simple. Once she knows that she has you, the excitement fades. Keep her guessing, and you'll keep her interested. If you took her back after she cheated, the problem is you. Patrice would bluntly tell men that forgiveness in this scenario only sets them up for further disrespect. And once she crosses that line, there's no coming back. There's no such thing as a long-distance relationship. I believe that too. For Patrice, relationships are built on physical and emotional connection. The distance kills both. If you're not there, someone else is. I believe that. It's sex first, then relationship. Patrice's perspective was that a relationship starts with physical chemistry and builds from there, not the other way around. If the sex ain't right, the relationship ain't right. I'm not going to say I believe it, but it's something to it. Final thoughts and reflections. I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to make you think. This book isn't about presenting the absolute truth. It's about challenging your perspective and encouraging you to reflect on the complexities of men, women, and relationships. Whether you agree with everything or find yourself questioning parts of it, I welcome open discussion. After all, it's through meaningful debate that we come closer to understanding the truth. Twitter at Black Phillip. Amazon, the book of Patrice O'Neal based on the philosophy of Black Phillip. YouTube, Red Pill Saves Lives. Instagram, the book of Patrice O'Neal. TikTok, the book of Patrice O'Neal, if you want to find it. And that has been the sea of pages that has been laid to us by Mr. Khaled Izaac, the book of Patrice O'Neal, the philosophy based on Black Phillips. And I was struggling at the end. Oh, I was struggling. I was struggling there, man. I was trying to roll. I was trying to get through it. Oh, that monster was on me, the sleep monster. It was on my shoulders. Ooh, I was trying to shake the hate off, man. I was trying to shake the hate off. Hey, but we finished. Oh, let me mark that shit. Let me mark it. Another book assassinated. Another book assassinated. About to mark them down. Mark my kills. Pooh, I'm out you. 25. I'm marking my books like how PATRICE say, the woman marking up them body counts. They had this thing on the wall. I just got started, man. I'm trying to have this thing all the way. I'm trying to have it marked from, from the top to the bottom is what I want. This would go a lot faster if I mark every day I read. If I mark every day I read, this will go faster. But I think I'm gonna keep it at every book that I've read. Since I started reading with SHILO, or since I started doing reading with SHILO, I've been marking down every book I've read so far. I think it's been 25. We have 25 books. 25 of the books that are from here to near to here. Maybe some up in there. 25 books we have read. 25 books. I done assassinated them. Destroy a world. Shallow hammer. I have rolled my way through the pages, through the sea of pages. And the next sea of pages, man, we got another one. Not today, but probably Sunday. Yeah, it's gonna be the next book on the list, man. I wish I had this other book that Fatty was talking about, but I don't have it. I don't have it yet, and I probably won't be able to get it until the 21st. It's called the manipulated man. I went to look it up. I found it, but I think the manipulated man would definitely go hand in hand with this book, with the things PATRICE talks about. I think the manipulated man will go hand in hand with it. It's written by a woman. I think a Venezuelan woman, somebody from down there. I don't know. Esther, I think it's Esther. Esther Villar. The manipulated man. We're trying to see what's up if I can find it. Try to see if I can find it. But next on the list, since we're done with that one, is going to be the slave revolution in the Caribbean from 1789 to 1804. That's going to be the next book on the reading list. We'll chop down this tree. With 100 and... excuse me. $195 pages. But we have a lot of history. A lot of history. A lot of battling and killing. Ooh, jab them, jug them, slice them, cut them. We're going to check that one out. But, man, I appreciate everybody who lasted with me, man, because this one was a long one today, man. We was on a long one today. a long one today to try to finish up the book. That's what I had on my mind, to finish it. And we accomplished that. We succeeded. We had everything we need to succeed, and we succeeded today. We succeeded in rowing our way to the end of the book. We rode our way through the sea of pages, man. We rode our way finally through the sea of pages. So let's end it. Let's end it. 25 things. Do 25 things. I'm just going to do 25 stretches. I'm going to stretch for 25 seconds, man. I need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Man, I feel all that in my chest, all that. Oh, man, my back. That felt good. Anyway, we done. We done for the day. Well, I'll come back later, man. When I wake my ass up. I don't know. I'm going to go to sleep. But when I wake my ass up, I'll come back later with the Sabbath reading. I'll come back later with the Sabbath reading. We'll jump back into 2 Kings and pick up where we left off in 2 Kings. The book of 2 Kings later on today. Until then, man. And until the next episode of Reading with SHILO, man, like, comment, subscribe, tell your people, man, SHILO out here reading shit. It's not normally this long, though. I normally don't read for 2.5 hours. But, hey, I was just trying to finish it. I was just trying to finish the book. Normally I shoot for an hour. But, hey, I didn't want to procrastinate because I was already procrastinating. But anyway, I appreciate everybody who stayed down with me. Man, shalom, y'all. Happy Sabbath, man. Stay warm out there. Wherever y'all at, man. Stay warm, man. Oh, man. Shalom. Catch you on the next go round. I'm out here. SHILO out.